Hello, Earthbound Super Series. Welcome to another match in the PK Scramble 2026 tournament. I'd like to apologize for that. I had no idea there was an echo, and I don't know where it came from, so... I hear something. Oh, jeez. Well, they probably can't even hear me yet because I don't even see the restream here. Oh, whoops. Well, apologies for the technical difficulties, folks, but apparently you have my audio now, so that's something. Ah, here we go. See, we got Static making the way to Saturn Valley. Obi heading to the hotel. And that's a death for Static in the tunnel. Hate to see it. So the key gimmick with this seed is that all the items in the shops and the gift boxes are unscaled, which is why you're seeing such a wild combination. And Static's going for Giant Step. Get a Sank out of the way for getting bodied? Why not? A Travel Charm, how vanilla. If you ask me, $300 for a Sword of Kings, that's a lowball offer if I ever saw one. Obi is not getting a lot of damage on this urban zombie, but finally gets through. I mean, a Gelato D Resort's a good food item. But even better is that Repel Sandwich DX that StaticPulse just came up with. Oh, it's Thunder and Storm at the end of the Graveyard Tunnel. And I'll echo what was just said by Tomar in chat. We would like to apologize for all the tech troubles tonight. But honestly, nothing's perfect. I think Discord might not be fully with it from daylight savings time. And Giant Step is Sank 1 with the boss being Trillion Age Sprout. Should not be very threatening as the boss of the first Sanctuary. Now, if you get further down the logic, say towards the 7th or 8th Sank, Trillion Age Sprout can become deadly. If you know, you know. Obi is going right for Belch Base. The Static gets on the board first with the first Sanctuary of the Seed. two different green swirl situations here. Obi gets behind two Foppies, which are great for experience grinding. Static, on the other hand, gets behind two Antoids, which don't offer nearly as much value. So high experience yield enemies, definitely worth fighting. Low ones, running if you can. Ooh, nice drop from the Pogo Punks, dropping large pizzas. A very nice healing item for most of the party except for Pooh. But honestly, I do love me a good slice of pizza. And now we got the slimy little piles calling for help. As someone who has had this happen in Ancient Cave, I am all too familiar with how badly this can go, but Obi gets through. Oh, we do have, it would appear level 1 curse is active, and this curse is a double boss. Prepare for trouble, make it double. Mani Mani, that is. And what that basically means is, in the dialogue, those two statues are having a belching contest. Saturn Coffee. Four-side teleport, I mean, it saves you walking, so it's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Night Pendant's pretty good if you need flash resistance. Secret Herb, Holmes hat, pair of dirty socks. What is this thing? That's the sort of thing you'd see early in an Earthbound Ancient Cave seed, and rarely it has a use here. I don't know. Oop, we're about to get the meteorite hint. What do we have? Ooh, so it seems like the diamond is our key to getting the meteorite piece. Oh, and that's an earth pendant. Which, in terms of pendants, that is a good one to have because that is a half PSI resist across the board. Yeah, Dirty Socks, more of a mid-game item. I would agree with that, Tomar. Unfortunately, Ancient Cave has that item early, because sometimes you get a nasty combination where you just need one turn of the enemy not doing anything to where you can just power through. I see Obi going to the four-side department store. Musica's curse's transformation, it transforms into a stop sign that says OHIO. And that is an NPC, and Jeff could have broken out of jail because he had the key to the cabin. There's something comical about that for all the wrong reasons. But meanwhile, I didn't get a good look at Jeff's inventory. Big bottle rocket ruler. What's Jeff's item? I just didn't see it. Franklin badge. That's actually quite important because now the car painter fight is available. The question is it doable? Because it's one of those things where in some randomizers, and this one is no different, just because you can, doesn't mean you should, because it could be way out of logic. Another Earth pendant. I mean, I suppose in a Gygas situation, a rain pendant would be better because the freeze moves that are cast by Gygas would do nothing. And would make whomever equips that very hard to take down. And it's Everdread. Oh, biting with filthy teeth, Everdread. That's kind of gross. Now, Pebble Possum, one of our runners in chat, mentioning that it would be better on Paula. On Ness, you'd rather have flash protection than freeze protection. Yeah, that's valid because then Ness can dig into the items and won't risk getting paralyzed, which is a very viable thing that can still happen with Flash, even with, say, Flash Beta on. And Static taking a teleport out. Yeah, confusion. Yeah, you really don't want that. And we welcome in Ukoid coming in with the raid. Hopefully your stream was good. As we are about less than 25 minutes into this PK Scramble race, and Kraken is a one-hit quitter with Jeff in the party. And that is not going to be helpful in this seed, because we already have access to Threed. And now ooh, we got a big league bat and a holy fry pan. Oh my goodness, the items are really, really good here. Oh, nice. Congrats on that PB, Uko. I had in practice for one of the races this tournament, I had a sub 45 offline. Unfortunately, I didn't think of recording it because I didn't think I was just going to smoke the seed. And it was a seed that I absolutely crushed. It felt so good. Ooh, it's Titanic Ant, also known as Titanic Noun. And the life ups did not go to Titanic Ant, so that freeze damage remains. And down goes Antoid. The question is, what is under the tent? UFO engine, that is a trip to Summers, which could be something, but for just one teleport check, I don't know if that's really worth it at this point. Could be wrong, but That's how I feel, basically. That's just my vibe. Ooh, Static getting ambushed by an encounter coming out of a doorway. Not something you want to see, but sometimes that can't be helped. Obi coming up on Everdread now. Unfortunately, on Obi's side, Jeff got bopped, but still able to win the fight, and here's Thunder and Storm. And there goes Thunder and Storm. Right now, we are watching our runners retrace the others' footsteps, as Obi's already done Belch Base, while Static's already done Happy Happy Village. They do share one brain cell in teleporting out of Happy Happy Village. It looks like Obi is heading towards Dusty Dunes Desert, possibly to check out the mines, which with unscaled items could either be anywhere from items not needed to items that are really good to something in between. We shall see how it goes, as Obi is taking the bridge route. And the mines are vanilla, but we know by way of a hit that that will lead to the meteorite piece. Sudden Guts pill. Personally, I might have held on to that actually, because with in the right circumstances, you could potentially get a very busted nest build with one Sudden Guts pill. Typically, it's after using the Gutsy Bat plus a Sudden Guts pill for max guts. Then you're getting a lot of smashes. And it is Clumsy Robot in the mines. Just like vanilla, Clumsy Robot starts with a Psychic Shield, so it would take 3 PSI moves or a Thunder to bring it down. In terms of the shield, but it doesn't matter if your physical moves are up to snuff, able to get the win. Static opting to take the scripted encounter in that room, I don't fault him whatsoever, because otherwise that is a multi-enemy fight. And Pebble in chat noting that Sudden Guts pill tends to be more relevant in Ancient Cave than Scramble, but when a Gutsy Bat is possible, then the shoe's pretty much on the other foot, where it's viable here as well. Belch base done for Static. Obi through the second fight in the mines. And that box was just money. But honestly, hello. We like money. Static is going for the Sanctuary. Milky Well could be... It could get dangerous unexpectedly. As those of us who played qualifiers, and I know I've mentioned this once before, but it's worth mentioning it again, is that you could have a nasty surprise here where the Sanctuary is actually the 7th Sanct, at least. Let's hope that's not the case today, because it's nasty when a seed does that. Next clumsy robot for Obi. I gotta say, having that bazooka is really helping Obi go through the mines here. And Milky Well winds up being number 3. Department store spook is generally not an enemy you want to see, especially as you get higher up, because it casts moves such as Fire, Freeze, and Brain Shock. It can get pretty rough pretty fast. And the department store alien is defeated. So that puts 2 Sancts on the board for StaticPulse. But Obi does have a little bit more done in terms of progression towards the end goal, so it'll be interesting to see who's really ahead. Good meme by StaticPulse. It's very apropos for this seed. Oh man, those newsmen have taken a page out of the officer's book, attacking with a crushing chop. Although, if I were to also be honest, I think they were also taking a page out of pro wrestling legend and the first 16-time world champion. Remember, they've since been surpassed. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Last clumsy robot for Obi. And that's it. Mine's done for Obi. Meanwhile, some more divergence. We are having a look at Moonside. Ooh, a mammoth burger. That's a late game food item that you would typically get in Lost Underworld. Still very good item. And we're going right into the photo section. Fuzzy pickles! And Static is getting trolled by the NPCs, not really able to get out. Finally does exit, but that definitely costs some time. Robopump retains its script, but the curses could adjust things. And, well, it actually transformed into a tough mobile sprout, which wasn't very tough at all. Another holy fry pan. This one Obi is going to pick up, and that's going to be some very potent offense for Paula. And a mole wants to rumble, but the mole goes down. Hard to... I don't remember off the top of my head, Tomar, but here's what I can tell you just from memory. One of them raises guts by 10 and is more accurate. The other raises guts by 100, but misses more often. But even so, I think the accuracy drops like 10% compared to the big accuracy drop of the Casey bat. Oh, so... Okay. So I'm getting my numbers wrong, but I'm getting the right idea. And Titanicate is down on Obi's side. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, double nasty. Car Painter's going full crashing boom bang, and that is a psychic power shield to start with. And Paul has had enough of that noise, just rips it in half with a thunder. Obi's making the play to Summers. Nobody has made this play yet, and I'm surprised by this because there are 4 sanctuaries available. No. Scratch that. 3 sanks at the moment. Plus, now it's 4. And Moonside was the key to the 4th. Obi heading to Summers, trying to find something here. Now, is there a random enemy that gets caught in the blast? Survey says... Not this time. It never happened. Although I suppose Summers might be worth checking out for the shops to see if there's anything of value that could help along the way, because you do have to make the call to Stoic Club in order to get the teleport check. Nothing really good outside of a diamond band, but that's about it. So right now it would appear as Master Belch in the spot of Magnet Hill, excuse me, would be the 4th Sank in Logic, but number 3 for StaticPulse, who still has to go back and deal... Actually, both runners have to go back in order to deal with Lilliput's steps. Although the great thing about Magnet Hill is that Maxwell does have an item there for you instead of a chest that you open. And Obi just got a teleport to Happy Happy Village. So Summers did not work out, but Static comes up with a Hawkeye. I really don't see that being of use here. Barring something crazy happening. And Static's making the play for the mines while Obi is in Moonside. Both of these are plays that our runners are going to need to make. Static gonna try and stutter and is successful in getting into the screen transition without having to fight Thirsty Coil Snake, and is now going to begin taking on Clumsy Robots. Oh, I know what Obi was going for there. He was trying to hit the trigger for skipping the text, but unfortunately, the game said no. I'm not sure why that skip is inconsistent in Scramble. But it could also be a vanilla thing for all I know. So the speed you move might keep you from getting all the way to the bottom. That would explain it. Meanwhile, Obi's in a bit of a pickle because Paula got bopped. So if you're not all the way at the bottom, it won't work. You know what? That makes sense. Okay, now I know. Yep, I see that in chat. My brain is PK scrambled. Wow, I don't know why I went turbo click there. Hopefully you're doing well, Crimson Green. Bag of Dragonite pickup for Static. That'll be very helpful. Looks like Static's having trouble getting enemies to despawn. Seems like those noose men are just not playing nice and wanting to be a big old nuisance. Seems like Belch is also rather resistant to fire, so you might want to try Freeze there. Yep, that did more damage. Now, is it just me, or does feeling nauseous seem to reduce the accuracy of physical attacks, or am I imagining it? Meanwhile, last clumsy robot down for static. Okay, that's good to know that is also a reason to get rid of that condition. So that'd be super annoying to deal with in that sense, to have the poison damage on top of having a hard time hitting. Ugh, that's just brutal. And with this diamond turn in, StaticPulse will get the meteorite piece and be able to go to Gygus once once Lilliput Steps is cleared. Frank watches over the Happy Village stand while Static is now heading into Lilliput Steps and squashing them all. Now, I might have been tempted by that locker to see if there was a heavy bazooka in there, if I'm gonna be honest. An okay pendant. A pendant that's just okay, which I guess could be better. Anyway, we get Frankie Stein Mark II here. And that was a very simple boss to beat. So that's going to be 4 Sanks for StaticPulse. And I do believe that would open a 4 in Gygus situation. Exit mouse used. StaticPulse is on his way. Runner's high 5 as Obi enters Lilliput Steps as Static leaves, and here comes the meteorite piece turn in. And Static sending it. Not even checking what the teleport is, just going. Because for all we know, that could be a Dalam teleport and Pooh is waiting there. Just throwing that out there. And the Mighty Bear becomes an attack slug. But yeah, that's the question. Who's the partner gonna be? I'm gonna say, you know what? Vanilla I'm calling my shot. I'm saying vanilla. Obi is done now with Lilliput Steps, teleporting out to O-Net to go to Giant Step. Moment of truth. That's going to be Starman Deluxe, and that is quite gross because of how Starman Deluxe acts and attacks. It also starts with a Psychic Power Shield. And yes, it is very gross to have to fight this for an enemy. And Static is through phase 1. Now, without Pooh here, we have no use for Brain Shock, so we're going to have to go about this the old-fashioned way. Now, Static does have a bag of Dragonite that he's pulling out here, and that does a good amount of damage. Phase 2 for Static as Obi finishes up Giant Step. And chat brings up a point. We do have a prayer curse for the prayer phase. What chaos is Starman Deluxe going to inflict into this battle? It's not only that, Ness is about to get knocked out because Ness took both Thunders, and here it comes. And that's a Diamondization, and oh, that's going to be a failed Gygus attempt for Static because the last healing item used was used to cure Strange on Ness. The Diamond Ray is a disgusting act, and it's unfortunate we had that in this seed live. That is disgusting. And yes, Tomar, you did say nice secret herb a little too soon. So that's not commentator's curse, that is the restreamer curse. And Obi is through with Milky Well. And here comes Static in for round 2 against Gaius. Knows what's going on now, but now the clock really is ticking as Obi is done with Milky Well and will be able to go to Gaius. I don't think Obi's seen this shop yet, and nothing. A minor league bat isn't bad, but a better bat was found elsewhere. I don't think Obi's gonna take time to look for it though, because at this point it's go time. It is show time. Phase 1 for Gaius on Static's end. And Obi is choosing a new meme. Oh, this is a classic. New phone, who dis? Phase 2 done. Now for Static. A teleport to Winters was skipped. That could still be a thing. What could also be a thing is Obi finding a secret herb that Static didn't grab. So if Static fails this Gaius attempt, suddenly Obi pulls ahead. But at the same time, Obi is unaware of the diamond ring. One turn later, Paul is back in the game. Does Obi not have a repel sandwich? And on Static's side, Jeff goes down to a hit of 37 HP in a row. Obi trying to get through, but just so much traffic. Now, I swear, did Obi not didn't get a repel or had it stolen? I couldn't tell you which. What I can tell you is that this combination is no bueno. Meanwhile, Static is through. Get your GGs in chat for Static, who will be moving on. And the winner of the next match between Ace Trainer Brooke and Pebble Possum will be taking on StaticPulse, whose we will have an official time very shortly. While that's going on, I'm going to be getting over to race time to get the next room open. And no, I will not botch it like I did last time. Or not, room already made. It's all good. Yeah, Pebble and Brooke are already on it. Actually, no, Temple was the one who opened the room. Thanks, Temple. Appreciate it, dude. And the official time for our winner, StaticPulse, 1 hour, 2 minutes, 52 seconds. And we are joined by our race winner, StaticPulse. GG. Very well played throughout this seed.
Hello.
And hello. Good job on the seed. Moving on to the next round, and you'll be facing the winner of the next race. But before we get into that, we had some tech difficulties to start, so missed a bit of the start. But what it looked like to me once we really got things rolling is that it really was a seed of order of operations. It seemed like your order of operations was on point throughout the seed.
Oh, really? It felt like I was floundering pretty hard there at the start. Souvenir coin is really good, except when all the enemies have fire moves, right?
Yeah, fire moves early is about as disgusting as as an Ironmon runner running into early Dragon Rage. Which, when your HP is below 40, that's a KO.
Yeah, that's no good.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah, I don't know why my internet's cutting out a bit, but yeah, overall, aside from it being a little difficult to get started, I didn't think it was all that bad of a seed. In fact, it felt like it was fairly vanilla. Like you kind of did all the starting locations, got Diamond from Mines, got Franklin Badge from the kid in the cabin who also had their key. Like, man, is this even randomized? Did someone put like 90% not even randomized on accidentally?
If that's even a flag, though, that's kind of funny. Anyway, get your GGs for Obi, who's decided to wave the white flag on this race. This was a rough seed, honest, in places, especially at the beginning. Because every so often with PK Scramble, you get a rough seed at the beginning that takes a while to get going. But once it gets going, it's like rolling a snowball downhill.
Yeah, once the kids got some levels, everything kind of came into place. So that was really the thing, just doing something to get the kids some levels. And eventually got that through Sanctuary 1, and then it was off to the races.